Have you ever wondered how a small meeting can change the destiny of a human life? Today, I will tell you about such an event where the prayer of one young man not only changed his own destiny, but also turned the course of history. This is the story of a person who was living life like a prince in the royal palace of Egypt. Honor, wealth, and power, everything was at his feet. But destiny had a different plan. One incident changed everything. He had to leave the city and a long journey began. Alone, hungry and thirsty, endless sandy wilderness, the intense heat of the sun, and a body weak from hunger. Only one heart was calling out to its Lord. Finally, he raised his hands to the sky and said, "Oh my Lord, I'm in desperate need of whatever good you send down to me." Dear brothers and sisters, this was the moment when the prayer of a hungry man became his destiny. Allah Almighty not only gave that traveler food, but he also granted him the one who prepared the food as his life partner. Yes, this is the time when Prophet Musa met Safura, a pure and modest woman whose one meeting changed the course of history. How did this meeting happen? Did Prophet Musa really get not one but two wives? And on what condition did his father-in-law, Prophet Shuaib, alayhi salam, marry him to his daughter? You will know all this in this video. This is not just an event of a marriage, but a complete story of destiny's writing and Allah's plan. Dear brothers and sisters, this whole event begins when Prophet Musa, was living in Egypt. He was young, strong, and extremely brave. One day, while entering the city, he saw two men fighting. One was from the Bani Israel tribe, and the other was a Coptic Egyptian. The man from Bani Israel called Prophet Musa for help. Prophet Musa salam went forward and struck the Coptic man with a punch. That punch was so powerful that the Coptic man died on the spot. This incident spread like wildfire in Egypt. When this news reached Pharaoh's court, it was announced that Musa must be arrested at any cost. But before the night was over, a man came running and said, "Oh Musa, the people of the court have ordered to kill you. Leave from here right now." This was the moment when Prophet Musa salam left Egypt. He had no food, no vehicle, and ahead was a long and desolate path. The Holy Quran says that he headed towards Madyan. On the way, he became exhausted from hunger, thirst, and fatigue. But there was one belief in his heart. The Lord who has brought me this far will show me the path ahead. Finally, when he reached the well of Madyan, an amazing scene appeared before him. Some shepherds were watering their animals, and on one side, two girls were standing modestly, waiting for their turn. This is where that meeting began, which changed Prophet Musa salam's life forever. When Prophet Musa salam saw those two girls, mercy arose in his heart. He went forward and asked, "Why have you kept your animals back?" They respectfully answered, "We cannot water our animals until these shepherds moved their animals away. And our father is very old." Dear brothers and sisters, hearing this answer, a strange feeling arose in Prophet Musa heart. Mercy, respect, and the desire to help. Without asking any extra questions, he himself went to the well and moved that heavy stone, which 10 men together could not move. He drew water, watered their sheep, and with tired feet went and sat in the shade of a tree. The intensity of hunger was strong. The body was weak, but the warmth of faith was alive in his heart. Sitting there, he looked towards the sky and made that historic prayer which changed the writing of destiny. Prophet Musa salam said, "Oh my Lord, I'm in desperate need of whatever good you send down to me." And dear brothers and sisters, this prayer did not take long to be accepted because the heart from which it came was sincere, broken, and immersed in servitude. No sooner had the prayer finished than they saw a scene. One of the two girls walked towards Prophet Musa salam, shyly and modestly, and said in a soft voice, "My father is calling you so that he may reward you for watering our animals for us." Dear brothers and sisters, this was the moment when Allah opened the doors of relief, honor and future for a hungry, lonely traveler. Prophet Musa Ali started walking with the girl. But dear brothers and sisters, look at his trustworthiness and purity here. Prophet Musa alayhi salam said, "I do not know the way. You walk behind me. Where the path changes, throw a small stone there. I will understand." What a great example of modesty and character. And this modesty, this trustworthiness, was later written in his destiny as marriage. When Prophet Musa Ali reached that old man, he found himself in front of Allah's prophet, Prophet Shuaib salam. Prophet Musa alayhi salam greeted him respectfully. He sat down and narrated his whole story, how he had to leave the city because of a mistake. Prophet Shuaib salam smiled and said, "Do not fear. You have escaped from the land of the oppressors. This place is outside their rule." Then his daughter, that is Safura radi anha, said to her father, "Father, hire him as a worker, because the best worker is he who is strong and trustworthy." Hearing this, Prophet Shuaib salam asked, "Mother, how did you know that he is strong and trustworthy?" Safura radi anha answered, "Father, the stone at the well that 10 men could not move, he moved it alone. This is the proof of his strength. And when I went to call him, he said, 'I will not walk behind you. You walk behind me,' which is the proof of his trustworthiness." Dear brothers and sisters, this was the moment when Prophet Shuaib salam said, "I wish to marry one of these 2 daughters of mine to you. The condition is that you will work for me for 8 years. And if you complete 10 years, it will be a favor from you, and I do not want to put you in any difficulty. Inshallah, you will find me to be one of the righteous in the future." Prophet Musa alayhi salam said, "This agreement is settled between me and you. Whichever of the 2 terms I fulfill, there will be no injustice against me, and Allah is the witness and guardian over what we say." Dear brothers and sisters, the name of Prophet Musa alayhi salam's wife is Safura radiallahu anha. She is the elder daughter of Prophet Shuaib alayhi salam. The event of their marriage is described in the Holy Quran. Dear brothers and sisters, when Prophet Musa alayhi salam reached Prophet Shuaib salam's house and described his situation, Prophet Shuaib salam listened to his words with great affection and wisdom. He understood that this is no ordinary traveler, but an extremely righteous, virtuous, and God-fearing person. So Prophet Shuaib alayhi salam asked for advice regarding his 2 daughters. Commentators have written that the names of those daughters were Safura and Leah. In some narrations, the names Safoora and Sirka are mentioned. Again, some scholars have mentioned the elder daughter as Safa and the younger daughter as Safira. However, most hadith scholars and commentators such as Ibn Hibban, Bazar, and Tabarani all agree that Prophet Musa alayhi salam's marriage took place with the younger daughter, Safura, Allah. It's mentioned in the Quran that it was Safura who walked modestly to Prophet Musa Ali and said, "Father, hire him as a worker, because the best person is he who is strong and trustworthy." Dear brothers and sisters, this marriage and wisdom gave Safura radiallahu anha such a status that the Prophet of the age married her. Before marriage, she used to serve her father, and after marriage, she used to serve her husband. Dear brothers and sisters, it is narrated that time passed. Prophet Musa Ali fulfilled the promised years with Prophet Shuaib salam with honesty, hard work, and obedience. Meanwhile, his married life was full of love, peace, and blessings. Safura, Allahu anha, proved to be a righteous, modest, and obedient wife who possessed a character suitable for a prophet's wife. Then one day, when the term was completed, Prophet Musa alayhi salam said to his family, "Let us return to our country." It was night. The sky was covered in darkness. They were traveling through the desert with their family. Suddenly, a light was seen from the peak of a distant mountain. Prophet Musa, Ali said, "Wait, I will bring some news from there. Or perhaps I can bring you some fire so that you can warm yourselves." Dear brothers and sisters, that light was actually the light of Mount Tur. After reaching there, the scene that Prophet Musa, Ali, saw became a new chapter for the world. Suddenly a voice echoed, which was full of mercy and majesty. "O Musa, verily I am Allah, the Lord of all worlds." This was the moment when, by Allah's command, a traveler, an oppressed person, became a prophet. And look at the beauty of destiny. The journey that began with hunger, fear, and loneliness ended with prophethood and light. Dear brothers and sisters, when revelation was sent down to Prophet Musa, alayhi salam, in the valley of Tur, that moment was not just a meeting, but it was the final consequence of destiny. Allah Almighty said, "O Musa, I have chosen you for my message. Go to Pharaoh. He has transgressed." Prophet Musa, alayhi salam, respectfully prayed, "O my Lord, expand for me my chest, and ease for me my task, and untie the knot from my tongue, that they may understand my speech, and appoint for me a helper from my family." "Aaron, my brother," Allah Almighty said, "we have accepted your prayer. Go, we are with you, listening and seeing." Hearing this, Prophet Musa, Ali, came down from the mountain, the light of prophethood in his heart and the name of Allah on his lips. He reached his wife Safura, Allah anha, and children. Safura, Allah anha, looked at him and could see a unique light, an extraordinary peace on his face. She asked, "Musa, what kind of light is this? Why is your face shining?" Prophet Musa, Ali, smiled and said, "Safura, today my Lord has spoken to me. I'm no longer just your husband. I have become the messenger of Allah." Hearing this, Safura Radu Anha bowed in gratitude. She knew that this path would not be easy, but the feet of believers never stepped back. A few days later, Prophet Musa, alayhi salam, left his family and headed towards Egypt, that country from where he had once fled to save his life. Now by Allah's command, he was returning with the message of truth. Dear brothers and sisters, what a strange scene it was. The person who once lived like a prince in Pharaoh's royal palace. Today, he is entering that same court as a messenger. When Prophet Musa, alayhi salam, stood before Pharaoh, Pharaoh sarcastically said, "O Musa, are you not the one who fled after killing a man? And now you have come before me as a prophet." Prophet Musa, Ali, answered completely calmly, "Yes, I am that Musa. But today I have come with the truth from my Lord. I want to tell you to believe in Allah and free the Bani Israel." Pharaoh laughed and arrogantly said, "Is there any God other than me?" Prophet Musa, salam, answered, "My Lord is he who created everything and then showed the way." Pharaoh said, "If you are truthful, then show a sign." Then, by Allah's command, Prophet Musa, alayhi salam, threw his staff on the ground, and it turned into a live snake. The whole court trembled. Pharaoh's magicians were stunned because they knew this was not magic but reality. But Pharaoh's arrogance threw a veil over his heart. He said, "This is magic. Tomorrow I will call all my magicians. Let's see who wins." Dear brothers and sisters, the next day, Egypt's biggest field was prepared. People gathered. Pharaoh sat on his throne, and hundreds of magicians entered the field with ropes and staffs. They said to Prophet Musa, Ali, "Will you throw first, or shall we throw?" Prophet Musa, Ali, said, "You throw." They threw their ropes. The ground filled with snakes. People screamed in fear. Then by Allah's command, Prophet Musa, alayhi salam, threw his staff, and it swallowed all those ropes and snakes. Seeing this scene, the magicians were amazed. They knew this was not magic. This was the power of Musa's Lord. And they fell down in prostration and said, "We believe in the Lord of Musa and Harun, alayhi assam." Pharaoh's pride was broken, but his tyranny remained. Those who believed in Prophet Musa, alayhi assam, were punished. But faith had now spread. And meanwhile, in Madyan, Safura, Radu, was staying awake all night praying for her husband's mission. She became a symbol of patience and certainty. Such a woman whose mention is not clearly in the Holy Quran, but whose presence is on every page of history. Dear brothers and sisters, Prophet Musa, alayhi salam's journey was now no longer just about preaching. It was the beginning of liberation. That time when Bani Israel was taken from slavery to Allah's path. Dear brothers and sisters, time passed. The signs became clear. Prophet Musa, alayhi salam, showed miracle after miracle to Pharaoh. The miracles were not just signs, but were divine messages that shook human arrogance. Allah Almighty wanted Pharaoh to understand the truth and leave his tyranny. But Pharaoh's heart had turned to stone. Such signs appeared before his eyes that even great kings would tremble at seeing. But every time he remained firm in his stubbornness, a punishment was sent down. The first punishment was water turning into blood. Egypt's Nile River, on which their whole life depended, suddenly turned into blood. People came to draw water, but thick red blood would come out of the jars and pots instead of water. Their livestock screamed in thirst. All food and drink became impure. But the amazing thing was that where Bani Israel lived, the water there was clean and pure. Pharaoh saw this scene, but instead of taking a lesson, called it magic. When he saw that the danger was increasing, he said to Musa, "Pray to your Lord. If this danger is removed, I will believe." Prophet Musa, alayhi, prayed, and Allah removed that punishment. But as soon as he got relief, Pharaoh broke his promise again. Then came the second punishment, frogs. Dear brothers and sisters, just imagine frogs everywhere. In houses, in kitchens, on beds, on the king's throne, even inside Pharaoh's crown. People would sit to eat, and a frog would jump into the bowl. They would sleep, and frogs would jump on their bodies. All of Egypt filled with the sound and filth of frogs. But still, Pharaoh's heart did not soften. He again said, "Musa, alayhi, pray to your Lord. I will let you go." Prophet Musa, alayhi, prayed, and when the frogs disappeared, Pharaoh broke his promise again. Then the third punishment was sent down, lice. The dust of the earth turned into lice, and they would stick to the bodies of humans and animals. There was no peace. Neither was it possible to sleep nor to eat. The whole kingdom plunged into misery. Pharaoh's court magicians and ministers shouted, "This is not magic. This is Allah's wrath." But not even the slightest sense reached Pharaoh's ears. He remained drowned in the arrogance of claiming to be God and kept denying Prophet Musa, alayhi salam, again and again. Then came the fourth punishment, swarms of flies and savage insects. They began to fly everywhere. They would bite people's bodies. They would fall into food and drink. People screamed. But Pharaoh still did not back down. And when Pharaoh's people showed stubbornness again, Allah's fifth punishment was sent down, disease on livestock. Animals died. Camels, cows, sheep, goats all began to die. The country filled with the stench of dead animals. Egypt's economy was destroyed, but Pharaoh's arrogance remained. Allah Almighty then revealed another sign through Prophet Musa, alayhi salam. Boils and sores on the body. Pimples and wounds covered people's bodies. No ointment worked. No medical treatment worked. Still, they remained firm in their stubbornness. Then the seventh punishment was sent down, terrifying hail. The sky was covered with clouds. Lightning flashed. Stones like rocks began to fall from the sky. Trees broke. Crops were destroyed. Roofs of houses began to collapse. This scene was like doomsday. Pharaoh's subjects screamed in fear, "O Musa, tell your Lord to save us. We will believe." Prophet Musa, alayhi salam, prayed, and the punishment was removed. But as soon as the sky cleared, Pharaoh said that was temporary magic. Now came the punishment of locusts. Dear brothers and sisters, just imagine the sky became black as if the sun was covered. Millions of locusts covered Egypt. They ate fields, gardens, and trees, everything. The land became barren. The environment became dark, and people became exhausted from hunger. This was Allah's punishment, so that humans might humble themselves from arrogance. But Pharaoh, instead of bowing down, stiffened his neck. Then came the ninth punishment, darkness. Such thick darkness that the sun could not be seen. For 3 days, darkness covered Egypt. No one could get out of the house. No lamp could give light. But where Bani Israel lived, there was light and peace. This was a clear sign, but Pharaoh still did not believe. Finally, Allah Almighty sent the 10th and most severe punishment, the death of the firstborn sons. In one moment of the night, a wail rose from the houses of Egypt. In every house the first child died. Whether it was the king's or a common laborer's, only the houses of Bani Israel were safe. This was the moment when the walls of Pharaoh's arrogance began to shake. But the devil inside him was still not silent. After every punishment he would promise, "O Musa, pray to your Lord. I will agree. I will let you go." And when the danger was removed, he would say, "I myself am God. What can Musa do to me?" A curtain of arrogance had fallen over his heart in such a way that despite the truth being clear, he kept denying it. So, dear brothers and sisters, these were not just events, but repeated warnings from Allah. Humans should stay within their limits. Creation should not try to be the creator. But when stubbornness and arrogance become strong in the human heart, the consequence is always destruction. After this stubbornness, this arrogance, and this false pride, finally that day came when Allah Almighty ordered, "O Musa, set out with my servants at night, and do not fear, because you all will be safe." Prophet Musa, alayhi salam, gathered Bani Israel. The night was dark. There were clouds in the sky, and silence prevailed in the streets of Egypt. Thousands of slaves came out of their houses. There was hope on their faces that this night would be the night when centuries of slavery would end. On the other hand, when Pharaoh got this news, he chased them with his army. The ground trembled with the sound of Pharaoh's war chariots, horses, and swords. Behind them was Pharaoh's army, and in front was the Nile River. The feet of Bani Israel stopped, and they became panicked. They said, "Musa, now we are caught." Prophet Musa, alayhi, said with full faith, "Never, my Lord is with me. He will surely guide me." Dear brothers and sisters, this was the moment when human hope ends and faith begins. Allah ordered, "O Musa, strike the sea with your staff." Prophet Musa, alayhi salam, struck with the staff, and the sea divided into 2 parts. The water piled up like mountains on 2 sides, and a dry path was created in the middle. Bani Israel watched with amazement. Then everyone started walking on that path. On one side was faith. On the other side was a miracle. Pharaoh saw this scene and said in his arrogance, "If Musa's sea can divide, then a path will be created for me too." He descended onto that path with his army. But when Bani Israel reached the other side, Allah Almighty ordered, "O Musa, strike your staff again." And in an instant the water collapsed from both sides. Waves rose like mountains, and Pharaoh and his army drowned. In his last moment he shouted, "I believe that there is no God but the Lord of Musa and Harun." But the answer came, "Now, while you denied before and were among the corruptors." Thus, Pharaoh's corpse was thrown onto the seashore so that it remains a sign of the consequences of arrogance for future generations. Dear brothers and sisters, at that very moment, Prophet Musa, alayhi salam, bowed his head in prostration of gratitude to his Lord. Around him were thousands of people who were once slaves. Today, by Allah's mercy, they are free. On the other hand, in Madyan, Safura radiallahu anha was making the same prayer to her Lord. "O my Lord, make my husband's mission successful." And Allah accepted the prayer of that patient wife. Because behind the success of a prophet, there is always the prayer of a believing woman. Dear brothers and sisters, this is not just a story, but a perfect picture of faith, patience, modesty, and obedience. The journey of Prophet Musa, alayhi salam, from the royal palace to prophethood, and the journey of Safura Anha from silent service to everlasting honor. Both teach us that Allah's promise is always fulfilled. Only faith is the condition. Dear brothers and sisters, here I want to clarify further that this event of Prophet Musa alayhi salam is narrated not only in the Holy Quran, but also in the Torah and the Gospel. Three religions, Muslim, Christian and Jewish, all agree that Prophet Musa alayhi divided the sea and created a path. But the question is, how did this happen? This question is the cause of wonder for today's scientists. Hollywood software engineer Carl Drew, who presented the scientific concept of this scene in the movie Exodus, Gods and Kings, says, "I am one of those Christians who believe in creation, and I believe that this event was naturally possible, perhaps due to some extraordinary change in weather." At first, his statement was considered merely cinematic and imaginary. But when an American university included Carl Drew's research in their master's thesis program, meteorologists made amazing discoveries. Greg Holland, who researches storms, says, "We could never believe that water could divide into two parts. But Carl's theory has forced us to think." According to Carl, this event happened at that place in the Red Sea, Bahr al-Kulzum, which is currently located between Saudi Arabia and Egypt. According to him, at that time, an extremely strong wind blew from the east, the speed of which was more than 60 mappa. Scientifically, this is called the wind set-down effect, meaning such a strong wind that pushes water to one side and the coastal path below temporarily dries up. Interestingly, such observations have actually been recorded in various regions of the world. Dear brothers and sisters, it is surprising to know all this, that what science today calls natural law is actually the system of Allah's command. When Allah says be, even the sea becomes a path and water becomes obedient. Dear brothers and sisters, if you like this faith-inspiring story, then like it from your heart and definitely share it with your friends so that this light can reach other hearts too. Allow me until the next video. Allah Hafiz.